crack of dawn flight to Belgium for an exciting mission. I was here for a road trip, to pick up the new Ferrari 599 and take it back home to the factory in Italy. Tiff drove the car earlier in the series and was a bit disappointed by it on track, and I'm here to see if it works better as a long-distance cruiser. We planned a 1,200-mile route through France, into Germany, across Austria and finally home to Italy. I was itching to get going, but with typical Ferrari eccentricity, the car wasn't where it was supposed to be. After promises of only being 10 minutes away, I was told that the 599 hadn't even left yet, so we had to get a hire car and go to it.
61.
I must say, so far, the 599 GTB isn't exactly what I thought. It's more like a Renault Scenic. Yay, we found them. It's a really textural car. There's a lot to look at. You're constantly seeing different bits of it. Look at the inside, all this tone leather. Excellent.
Fitting our luggage into the 599 was easy, especially with a parcel shelf on the back.
Not a bad crew vehicle, that, is it? 612 Scaglietti, chase car for the camera.
Who said Ferraris aren't practical? Our convoy of cars worth nearly £600,000 was ready for departure. First leg, Belgium to Germany.
Woo! 100 miles in, crossed into Germany. That's a really easy 260 kilometres an hour there, which is quite a lot if I do the maths in my head. Really comfy car. It's a lot better than a Renault Scenic. Sorry, Renault. It just feels like a big GT. It just feels so comfy. And having started at 3:30 in the morning to do this, all of a sudden I've got my energy back.
To break up the journey and judge public reaction to the car, we headed for some quaint villages. One German man fondled the car out of sheer love. When he saw the beautiful V12 that comes out of the Enzo, it nearly brought a tear to his eye. We left the village behind and headed back to the open roads, but no ordinary roads. De-restricted autobahns.
That was 290 kilometres an hour. Absolutely rock solid, not a problem. This car will easily crack 200. So 290 is what? 180. Quite quick.
The sun was setting, and it was the end of our first leg. In the distance, there was a glimpse of tomorrow's glorious twisty roads. After 10 hours of driving, I felt fresh as a daisy, because unless you're driving flat out, the 599 is a remarkably quiet place to be. Day 2. I realised I hadn't packed any clothes, and only one t-shirt shop was open.
Echt large, no?
Yeah.
But it didn't matter. We were on our way to the mountains, and with mountains, you get tunnels.
Every time you hit a tunnel in a Ferrari, you should wind the windows down and give it some stick. It's one of those life-affirming moments. The first time you've ever got a Ferrari, take it to a long tube and drive through it at speed. If you're into engines or cars, it'll make the hairs on the back of your neck stand right up. Just hold on for a bit, mate. You all right, Matthew? You know, it really is quite, I don't know, astonishing how quickly you can get up these roads, especially for a car that on the motorway was so comfortable. If I drop this down a gear and get on these brakes, because these are very sharp corners, front end understeers a little, and then we just fly around. It's just so good, so good.
Except, as a car journalist, you're resigned to never being able to enjoy terrific roads. Because the photographer wants you to keep driving back and forth around the same corner as he tries to get the perfect shot without any traffic in it. It was good to be back on the road. We were storming through Italy on the final leg. As we approached the 1200th mile of our trip, it was hard not to get a bit misty-eyed.
You can tell you've been on a good trip when you've got loads of little bits that you keep remembering. Just come down out the Dolomites. The sun was going down behind one of the hills. And I hooked it up in third gear and powered around a corner and just got the corner just right. The car dug in and it gripped and it didn't understeer. There's a little bit of oversteer. Everything came together and I just sort of think, it's special, man. I'll remember that. And that's what driving should be about. Remembering little nuggets of gold. Made me think this car is pretty cool. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.
I think it looks good.
I see and I like.
Very stylish.
It is, isn't it? It's a saloon car and it is quite sexy. This line here is very...